Hey, buddy. What's up, homie?
Not much, man. How you been?
Well, I'm good. I'm alive, which is really weird. I've been in the hospital. I've been
Yeah.
lots of meds. I'm probably the sickest I've ever been in my entire life. So for me to say I'm alive, I actually get to really mean it when I say it.
Well, I remember I had briefly chatted with you when you were in the hospital.
Don't even remember.
Yeah, you were just like, "Hey, I'm kind of on my deathbed. Let's get together when I know what I'm saying and what's going on." And by the way, I'm moving.
Yeah, we are. Freaking Atlas van moving truck pulled up yesterday and unloaded for 6 hours.
Yeah.
We're left. You remember when you moved
Yeah.
last, right? We're left with 139 large Home Depot moving boxes. And the square footage is bigger here, but
Yeah.
there was more closets and storage and wall space there. This is the first time ever in history where I'm looking at my wife and she's looking at me and we're going, we got to get rid of stuff. Mind you, the FedEx, the UPS, all the delivery people keep coming here with big boxes. So
Oh God.
she ain't listening to me.
That's funny. So how do you like it there? I mean,
Dude, I mean, we've only been here a week, less than a week.
yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I saw the house. It looks gorgeous.
Dude, that house is a dream.
Yeah.
The area is a dream. The people are nice. The food is amazing. Bro, I've got a house with an elevator in the middle of it.
Yeah. And here's the funny thing, because I was thinking about you the other day when I saw the house. I was like, man, if I had that, I'd have to have an elevator. And then you say that. But then I'm picturing when you and I first met and you were talking about that little table in the kitchen with the little chair and how you were doing your work, you and the wifey, and just to see where you are now, dude, that's got to give you chills.
It
Even
does. We usually have tears because when I met Tiff, we should press record.
no, it is recording.
Oh, it's good. All right, because all the good stuff always happens right here. When I met Tiff, I was in between finance companies. There was nothing really going on in the finance space for a long time. I think I made $12.50 an hour. I was the general manager in a boxing gym. She was a member, and that's where we met. She had three jobs. She worked at UPS, she worked in a restaurant, and she did something else. Like date night for Tiff and I was going to Papa Murphy's for a $5.99 bring home pizza. Red Box for two movies. It was like buy one, get one for 99 cents. And like we'd go into Publix because that's, the Papa Murphy's was right there. Publix was right. And we'd get like, or go to Walgreens and get like hot tamales and junior mints, like get a little box. And that was our date night. And we had nothing and we didn't give a shit. And now we have all this crap and it's a big pain in the ass.
I know. Don't you sometimes wish that you could just have a little bit of that smallness, because it was simple?
Yeah.
Because as you grow, the responsibilities grow.
Huge.
Yeah. I
It's,
remember
it's
my dad.
I'm carrying two mortgages right now. I got this and I got Utah. So I got two well over $1 million homes right now that I'm paying the mortgages on both.
Have you had any people bite on it on the one in Utah?
No,
Wow. Well, turn into an Airbnb.
whatever, man. You can't take it with you, man. The casket ain't that big.
No, I totally agree.
It ain't that, the caskets aren't that big. They'll have a
Yeah.
hard enough time putting my big fat ass in there someday.
Well, I do have to say, Mike Goldstein told me to tell you hello. He misses you dearly and he misses snuggle time or something like that, he said.
We make it a Mike Goldstein and I make it a point that when we're at trade shows, at least one of the nights we'll go out to dinner and we have some bourbon and we tell stories and we just kind of cuddle afterward.
He's,
We're both married, so it's okay. But I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Goldstein and I don't cuddle. Remember planes, trains, and automobiles?
Yes.
And he's like, "That's not a pillow."
Yeah, we've him and I've connected a lot here lately. We actually are trying to put on a small event in April.
Digital shingle thing?
Yeah.
Does that mean that you don't have to go to the event?
Well, no, and that's a good question because people have asked, but it's the cost of it is so cheap,
Yeah.
and the values. Hey, if they want the recording, we'll record it, but
Yeah.
just calling it that because the digital world has completely gone insane
Yeah.
from AI apps, from to AI, SEO, all those things. him and I kind of partnered up. And then I've always wanted to do a small event, 75 to 100 people, and just have, some speakers, round table, getting
Right.
involved. And
Workshop.
yeah, that's it. One day from 9 to 4, full value. You're going to walk away with something you can use while you're there, when you leave, and something that you can potentially share with others in your company.
Now, I looked at it and I literally was like, oh, this is a great idea. They're doing it virtually. That's why it's called Digital Shingle. And I was like, this is great. A lot of people can attend because they don't physically have to go. Now, where is the physical event going to be?
It's going to be at QXO in Fort Worth.
Okay, that's a good market for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And what the goal is this is just the first one. We want to kind of go into other markets and start feeling out, hey, who would like to have this come to, a supply house near them?
I love it.
Kind of the thing.
With my health issues, I am kind of banned from travel this year. I'm on some real heavy meds, and the doctor's like, hey, you're okay. You're not contagious. However, you want to stay away from large groups, large places where there are lots of people fake talking and germs, i.e. health clubs, gyms. Health club. They call them health clubs, by the way, which is really the most disgusting places in the world. He's like, you can't be on the airplanes. You can't do this. You can't do that. I was like, well, thank God I've got a great team that gets to, when we do events now, I don't go to the events. My team goes to the events.
Yeah.
I didn't go to RoofCon. First time in 6 years that I wasn't physically at RoofCon.
Same.
I wasn't at the light show that Alex did in Orlando. I haven't been to a few.
So tell me a little bit more, because I've definitely have followed you for years.
Yes, ma'am.
And some of the things that I look at that separate you, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because this is just my 30,000 foot view of Chris Scoville and what he's built, is that there's a gazillion finance companies out there. And what I feel separates you more than anything, or your company, is the training, like truly helping contractors understand how to speak to it, how to educate on it, so that it takes the pressure off of the homeowner, because no homeowner likes taking out a loan to get anything done on their house unless it's something that they want to get done.
Yeah.
But all right, I got to get a loan because I have to get my HVAC. That is not a fun thing. But from what I hear in the industry and what you've done and why you probably get recommended so much is the educational piece. What got you to want to bring that? And talk to me a little bit about that, because that's, I think, is the most intriguing piece to you.
I love it, man. That's a good warm up to the conversations. And anybody listening or watching, this ain't rehearsed. I won't do a podcast if somebody gives me a list of, here's what I'm going to ask you, and here's how you should answer. This isn't how I roll. If somebody does that, and they automatically, I just delete the email. So anyway, I love it. I love poignant questions. So here's the deal. Yes, there's a lot of great lenders out there. Fantastic lenders. And I believe you've changed quite a bit. You and I have both matured greatly over the years that we've known each other. We used to come from a very competitive marketplace. And we're better than them because of this, and features and benefits this, and just use us, not them. My angle in a more modernistic consultative role now, because of what we do at Improvify, we don't compete, we collaborate. We don't compete, we collaborate. Meaning, like, let's pick on service finance, where I was the SVP for a while, running the Beacons and Owen Corey and all that crap. So they're a great lender. They've got 2 or 3 fantastic staple programs. So if a roofer or contractor comes to us and says, hey, I'm using service finance, why would I need Improvify? And now this is going to bleed right into what you just asked. First of all, fantastic. I'm glad that you're offering financing solutions and payment options, because that's half the battle. It's better in 2026 and on to use multiple lending solutions in a portfolio so you can help more people, more homeowners at the point of sale. Mr. Smith at Smith Roofing, keep service finance. Keep using 4132, 1018, and 2012. Add Improvify on, because ready, here it comes. Because we do this, and this, where they don't. So the beauty of what we are bringing to the marketplace is an ecosystem. It's not just lending. It's not just training. It's lending, training, support, technology, a leads program called Reno Ready with realtors on the buy and sell side, and I'll explain what that is. And then last but not least, a marketing toolbox so you can actually go to the marketplace with your offer. So yes, training is huge. It's probably 60% of the pie, because if we can't train a sales pro or a contractor or a sales manager or an owner on the importance and how to present this, his sales reps won't make the offer. And to your point, yes, a grudge purchase is buying an air conditioning, a roofing system. A want, need, ego is kitchen and bath, flooring, outdoor living space, epoxy garage floor, new garage system. Like, that's the stuff that you're like, dude, look at my garage, bro. You're flexing in your garage. Where nobody gets up on the roof and just starts doing this. Look at my freaking roof. Like, it's just not that thing. So how do we take the pain of a home improvement away? Well, we make it affordable and easy for them to say yes to a contractor. So that's what we teach our contractors, is how to position financing at the point of sale to take the freaking pain away and make it easy. Yeah.
So, and I mean, I think that's genius in what you've done with that, and major kudos, because I think that's one big thing about you, Chris, that you've done since I've known you, is you've always been an educator. You don't need to buy from me. You don't need to be my friend or whatever. But if we interact, I'm going to educate you on something. And I think that's something that is invaluable and priceless in what you've been able to do. And what really, truly has blown my mind in the industry is why more of them don't see that, or they see it, but why don't they do that? What is preventing these other finance companies from being like more personable and more caring for their customers?
It's scale of economics. So let me put it to you like this. The great lenders, like I'll name them so you guys can know who I'm talking about. Like great lenders, like Service Finance and Green Sky and Wells Fargo and Synchrony. They have reps, they have territory managers, they have somebody that they're going to attach to your account. But think about it. I mean, how many accounts can an account rep manage? Also, there's a big compliance thing to this.
Right.
As a lender, they have rules on what they can say and what they can't. They have their banks. Right. I can say anything that I want about the industry and hold nothing back. I can teach and train and educate people on the dirtiest of all dirtiest things, dealer fees, and explain why they exist, where the money comes from, how the cost of curve financing and how the cost of funds moves from Wall Street to Main Street and then back to Wall Street. They're not even allowed to talk about it. So I can say and do things because we're not the bank. Like others can't talk about their lending programs the way that I talk about them, because I can just be the head consultant trainer in the world discussing the truths. And the truths are what the consumers want to hear. And the truths are what the contractors deserve to hear. And I can tell the freaking truth, the good, the bad, and the freaking ugly. Like I was on a training today. So a couple more things on training. One, everybody that comes on our platform has a designated team, not even just one person. We're on our way to 50 employees. 50 employees.
Oh.
50 employees. So they have a team that works with all of our contractors. We have a deal desk that a contractor and a consumer can call if they're at the point of sale and they're stuck and they need help. A live human answers this, not AI. Somebody that's trained on our program and programs will answer the consumer and or the contractor's questions at all times. This takes a lot of scale and scalability. But we also don't treat lending like a commodity. Typically, lending has been commoditized because they want to go after the top 20% because they do all the volume. We don't care about the top 20%. They're already all set. They've got all the big banks fighting over them. We like the other 80%. So a bank will give a contractor a rate sheet and say, go sell our loans. Wait, we need help. Go sell our loans. And don't you dare use another lender in front of us. And if you do, we're going to kick you out of the program. This is how they treat contractors. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, don't do that. We'll help anybody. I don't care if you do 500,000 a year or if you do 500 million. Everyone gets the same treatment. Everyone gets the same training. They get the one-on-one trainings with me and my team. They get the Wednesday live calls. They get access to school. They have 785 training videos on YouTube. There's so much that we pour into helping the contractor and their sales reps, you just can't make it up.
So with that, what is the goal of the company? Where are you looking to see this company in the next, let's say not even count this year, in the next 2 years?
Fair enough. So initially it was build to sell. Then once we started to see the economics and what we're actually really doing, which is building a culture in a team, Tiff and I, she's the CFO, I'm the CEO and founder, we backed off of that. We said, well, geez, private equity or maybe a tech company buys. What about this unbelievable team and culture that we built? Are we endangering them? So like the thought of scale to sell was always there because we're structured really well to be acquired at some point, right? We've got over 5,700 users now and like over 1,500 contractors on our platform on an annual basis with a very low churn. So we have different structures to the business that just make us really attractive numbers wise. So and what we've created is all business in the box. It's proprietary. So we were like, well, what happens? You sell this thing and you make a little money and you go fishing. But what about the great team that you've built? So we struggled with that. My thought is now is keep building this thing. Build it to own it, not build to sell. Build to own, build to build. And if I get to the point where I'm either not well anymore or I do want to go learn how to play golf or fish, then I'll maybe hire and replace myself and then keep from maybe I'll put a position on the board where I'm still building with them. But I don't know, man. We backed away from build to sell.
I love that.
Culture is so beautiful. The people that work here make this amazing company. I get on the leadership call with the team and I say, hey guys, I work for you now.
Yeah.
I might be your leader, but I work for you. This is your company. You show up each day and do what you do to protect the brand and the reputation and make me look good. This is your company. I now work for you. I still am the leader, but I tell the team, this is your company. You show up every day to run your company.
I love that. And I think the one thing that you said that is why I even switched to where I'm at was the culture.
Yeah.
I think culture has been something, I don't know if it's because I'm older and that's more what I need.
Yep.
But culture is everything. And that's worth more than what any PE company can offer.
Yeah.
Because I know that our company is looking to grow and continue to grow, but they're also kind of like what you said. It's like we make sure that we keep our account managers to accounts at a certain level.
Yep.
Is not the industry standard. The industry standard for us
Yeah.
is 60 to 120 accounts to one account manager. Ours is 11 to 14 to 1.
I'm just going to say, how do you do it?
You churn a lot.
Yeah, like we're on the road to 50. I even know now, maybe we're at 25. So we're halfway there, not even halfway through the year. And it's because we built the teams. Because one person can't manage 250, 300 relationships. And that's
Right.
another reason why I built school and I'm hiring trainers. So the actual team can always have structured, when a contractor comes in, and they need training for their team on Thursday at 3:00, then they're going to go to our sales training team so they can train them. But if they need something fixed inside of their app, they're going to go to their client success manager to make sure that the app is fixed. So instead of just getting one rep at Improvify, you get a whole bunch. You get a whole bunch of reps. You get a whole damn team working for you.
Yeah.
It's a unique approach. And believe me, dude, I was scared, man, when Tiff and Donna were like, we're going to hire 50 people. I was like, how are we going to pay for them?
Yeah.
I've never raised any capital. You saw me build this.
Yeah.
Bro, I took out a home equity line of credit to build Improvify.
Yeah.
Like, we never got any money. You and I met down in Deerfield Beach and it was just getting kicked off, man. It was me.
You were doing it on the whiteboard.
It was just me at my desk, like trying to figure this out. We've never taken on any debt.
Yeah.
Investors. I don't owe anybody any money or any percentages of anything. It's all on me. I sleep real well at night.
So Chris, this is one question that I feel like a lot of people are always afraid to either ask or on the other end, given an answer. What is something that is the missing link in your business that if you had the magic wand, if you could wave it around, that you could add to your business, to make an impact?
Marketing.
I know a guy.
I know, like, I call myself the fat dancing bear at the end of the street. I'm the come do business with me. Like I'm the fat dancing bear for the company. And we've done a pretty darn good job at building a company with never running ads, with never having a marketing division, with never using Meta, with never using Google, with never doing all of the things that you're supposed to do. We don't cold call, we don't knock doors, like we don't do any of the traditional sales things. We don't have an outbound team. Like we've never marketed properly. So to answer that, it's very easy for me to answer it because we're in the market to hire a junior level marketing manager to work side by side with me so I can impress upon them the things that I do organically that work, which is tell the freaking truth,
Yeah.
educate, motivate, support, like do all the things that I'm doing, but put it into a marketing package so we can get out there to people that don't know that Improvify even exists.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. And sometimes it can be a double-edged sword because you're building things the proper way with the proper scaling, bringing on people at the right time. And sometimes marketing, even for contractors, can oversaturate that. It can cause a bottleneck to where they're bringing on too many people too fast. They
Yeah.
can't give that level of service. So it's having that person, like you're saying, beside you to make sure that you scale it at the right pace
Yeah.
because you don't want to do it to where you sacrifice everything that you did and putting the systems and processes in place.
Yeah, let's touch on that if we can. So, as we started to grow and as companies start to grow, typically, this is how it's normally done. I think you might agree with me at the end of this. A business will hire a bunch of salespeople and go get sales. And then they're like, uh-oh, we need operations people to make sure we keep our clients happy. Very early on in our growing of this, we did the exact opposite. We grew our client success management support team operations bigger, and we kept our sales organization tiny. So we always knew that no matter how many people came onto the platform, we were always heavily inside with customer service, client service, and happiness, this happiness division. And then our outside consultants were bringing in. We've now started to, and then we would hire 5 client success managers, 1 business development manager. So now we're still scaling the inside, the happiness division, keeping your clients happy, giving them attention, training division, and then we add on a sales, a business development manager. So we've always grown the inside bigger than the outside because what happens in organizations is they outsell their ski tips. And they can sell, and they oversell, but then they can't deliver. And we see that with a lot of different businesses out there that like, yeah, no problem selling because, dude, you got an awesome value stack. However, in order to deliver the value stack selling system, you got to have people and support and education to do that. And it was the only way to do this was to grow it slowly from the inside out.
And I swear, I almost feel like you and the founder of my company had gotten together because everything you just said, we don't have an HR team, we have a happiness team. This company was built, 29 years, did 150 million in revenue, all from organic traffic, very small internal answering the phone, leads, inbound leads. And until they had that all structured, now we brought on a outbound team.
Yeah.
That's like me and 5 others to where because we had the infrastructure, we have interns always there for the account manager side from Ivy League schools that are always being trained. So then when we grow, we already have somebody that's there to place into the role. And I've never seen anything like it,
Cool.
but it's funny when you say the happiness and because that was one thing that kind of blew me away when I came here. It's like, yeah, they don't have HR, it's happiness team. And
Yeah.
I mean, when I say happiness, they're kind of like a bunch of Mike Goldsteins running around, just happy go lucky all the time,
Oh,
you know,
God.
and it's was built right.
They have a headquarters?
Yeah. So one of our main headquarters is in Harrisburg, PA,
Okay.
but we also have 2 offices in Florida, one in Fort Myers, and we have one in St. Pete. And we also have a small office in South Africa.
That's cool.
Some of our data tech people are
Yeah.
there, but I mean, we have about close to 900 employees.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, it's It's different, definitely different. And
Yeah, your other career was, interesting, right? It was a stepping stone.
it was a learning curve.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that you found out at the end of the day that culture is so important. One of my really good buddies he works for a lender, a competing lender. You could say he heads up their division. And when he went to go work for that company, he worked at another company with me, and I'll just leave all the names out of this. And
Yeah.
he was just so ground down to nothing. And he started at this new company, and he's like, oh my God. He's like, this is just crazy. They've got this culture, and people are nice to people, and that nobody berates anybody. Like, he just was so elated, and I saw his stress level just come down. It's really important. What's neat is watching our team when we're a 100% remote, super efficient. We don't hire people if we feel like as if we have to micromanage and wonder what they're doing. We definitely hired the wrong people, right? So we've got that going for us on the hiring part. But the culture of hiring, we'll put an ad out on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on Instagram, and not even an ad saying we're hiring. And they'll get hundreds of resumes. And like, we're just this small little big company. And people, I guess there's a reputation out there that we're a great place to work with. And we've got a great team. And they all gel to like hiring a consulting team, the business development managers. They all work together. They compete in a fun way.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not like stealing deal. Like, they work together, and there's like, they just mess with each other all day, and they're really good at what they do. They pick on each other. They send these memes and these GIFs online, and our Google chat is like Comedy Central. When somebody closes a sale or gets a review, the entire company congratulates them. And every morning at 8:59, boom, 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 good morning, good morning. It's just like, and then at the end of the day, I look at her and I go, we did this. We built this company. How the heck did we do this? There's no playbook. I got lots of books on my bookshelf. There ain't one book on that bookshelf that tells you how to build a company.
I think you just gave the title of your next book, Chris.
What's that, sir?
How to Build a Company with Proper Culture.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just we're figuring it out as we go.
But and this took me a long time to understand, and the last company definitely forced me to understand it the hard way. Lost a lot of friends, relationships because of their culture and how they did things. And people didn't just, like you said, they have a job post. People just went there because they thought they could make a lot of money, not because of the culture. Here, people want to come here because it's been rated the #1 place in PA to work for like the last 10 or 11 years in a row. They get over 100,000 resumes a year.
Wow.
Imagine sifting through that. So, but they're very strategic. They don't care if you're a top seller. It's more about who are you inside. When the going gets hard, do you just like go in a shell or do you rally? It's a deep process on getting on board here. Yeah. And it's been, like you said, it's like a weight lifted off.
Yeah. Do you feel like they're allowing you to be more of an intrapreneur with your personality?
Yes.
I've noticed that because I've noticed big changes in you over the last few years. But I've also noticed that they've let you come into your own. So, having that in you stops you from leaving to try to compete against someone like that. It allows you to be you, but within their structure, their services, which I think is really strong.
It is, and it speaks to leaps and bounds of this company and what they allow. Instead of putting you in a box and telling you have to do it this way, it's like, what do you enjoy to do? Is that successful? And can you continue? All right, go for it. They're very supportive, and they want to help as much as they can. But at the end of the day, they also have a very strong company. It's WebFX, but we also own SEO.com. We also own Omni SEO, and we also own Team AI, which is kind of almost like a smaller version of Perplexity. It's an orchestrator of LLMs, answer engines. So it's just a different world here and how we go to market.
Lots of data.
Yeah. Never realized the importance of data. The thing used to be content's king. I'd have to say data is probably the king. But
my statement was the diamonds are in the data.
100%. But here's the thing, Chris, and you probably utilize your data, but a lot of companies and contractors don't use their data at all. And that's kind of what I'm trying to bring more awareness to
You know,
is how to utilize the data, like with Hail Trace or any of these weather apps.
yeah, yeah.
Why are you just going out blindly doing marketing and advertising when you can get 5 years of data overlaid and see, okay, these 5 neighborhoods have gotten hit 3 times every year. Let's utilize that data in doing some targeting,
Yeah.
and building a heat map and seeing, okay, this is everywhere we've sold. Where are we missing? Let's target
Yep.
that. So that's been the big difference here is that also is the integrations with CRMs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the key, especially, I mean, heck, I hadn't even thought about it until just now, but looking at in their market, who's getting the loans, which ones are getting this type of loan, which ones are getting this type of loan. All right. If we see that this is more of a finance area, then why are we not doing more ads around free finance or not, whatever, financing, rebate or whatever, but
Yeah.
let's target it based off of how they're financing.
You typically can look at if you know what the mean FICO band is in a particular area, and if we know that the mean FICO for super prime or prime super prime is 735 or 767, you can match up those data points and know exactly what to say because people with 767 FICOs prefer an 18-month no interest. People with 701 to 749 prefer a low monthly payment option. So like you could particularly, and then people with challenged credit score, well, good luck, stand in line. You guys are really hard to approve, but we've got it down to 500 FICO, right? So you literally could take the data of an area, knowing what they bought their home for and what the requirements were to get that particular loan, reverse engineer the whole thing to know what type of marketing, to your point, would work better for this particular area.
All right, I want to reiterate because we are going to share this video, so I want to make sure that everybody heard that is understanding the credit score of your specific markets that you serve and what they typically like to see in an offer. If it's certain amount of months of financing, then make sure that and I'm just using Melbourne, if everybody hears a 650 and they like this type of financing, then you need to make sure that everything that you're promoting in that area is targeting that. That is something that nobody is doing.
We have a roofer, and we'll stick in Florida. We've got thousands. Anyway, we'll pick on Florida because that's where you are. West Palm Beach did 12.5 million with us last year with one loan product. It was a secured closed-end first, second, or a third loan. It was a secured loan, wasn't unsecured because Jupiter, West Palm, the island, Jupiter Island, and all of their tickets were between 45 and 75,000 for a heavy tile and heavy metal. So we know what their customer's avatar is. We know the size of their ticket and what they're selling is a higher end. We knew what to position in front of those people so they'd say yes. And we knew their equity position, so we knew how to sell to them. So any roofers listening to this, if you don't think the data matters, I just gave you 4 simple points from a roofer in a store market that sold 12.5 million retail with one loan program here.
Yeah.
And they only have 9 sales reps. It's not like they've got 35 people. They have 9.
And people listening, that is key because, yes, Florida is known for being a storm market, but the East Coast does not get a lot of storms.
All retail.
It's all retail, and it's a different selling beast. And to do that type of revenue from that in finance, that's
their total number. Their total number's huge. That's just in one loan program financed.
So I always like doing this because I'd like us to have some chat time at the end. But what would be 3 things that you would like the listeners, something that they could utilize today, something that they could take back and discuss with the team, and then maybe something that they could share ongoing?
Sure. I would say always offer training to your team, whether it's with me or someone else. Train your team. Really do role play. Go old school. Have one person across the table from the other. One is the seller, one is the contractor, and one is the homeowner. And just role play with each other. I think that I do these trainings for PE companies now, and everyone's like, PE, PE. No, there's nothing special. They're just another company that, they get to have that title now. And the most successful companies that I've trained are the ones that have sales managers and owners that are just bought in on role playing. So this got nothing to do with fun. We have all of the data and all the education stuff for role playing with financing. I'm talking about just sales in general.
Yeah.
Role play. Make sure that you take 10 minutes out of your daily or your weekly, if you're doing sales meetings daily, if you're doing weekly, and role play, man. Go old school and pick up some scenarios. Like, ask your sales team, what was the number one obstacle or rejection that you faced this week? Let's break it down on the whiteboard. Okay, cool. Let's role play for 10 minutes on that. So everybody in your organization is fresh and always fresh. So I would say, if that's one thing I could just throw up for the conversation, keep role playing, keep training your team. Another thing to take away is, whether you're with Improvify or not, don't forget to ask your customers, hey, how are you looking to pay? Would you like to use your money or would you like to use ours?
I love that.
It's just a great way for you to lead into you're going to pay me. And it's assumptive close. I'm assuming you're going to pay me. Yeah, you are. No, because you're telling him, hey, how would you like to pay me? Would you like to use your money or use ours? What do you mean? Well, lots of our customers use our consumer credit center. Some of our customers like our 18-month savings cash. Some like a long-term monthly payment option with no prepay. Out of these two programs, what sounds more interesting to you? So by doing assumptive closing and by doing open-ended, making them answer you and you shutting up, will only force them to say, well, geez, I don't know what you mean. Well, what I mean is, Chris has a consumer credit center. Chris has the ability to give you this, this, or this. Lots of our customers like these. Which one sounds more interesting to you? Just leads into a wonderful consultative conversation. So take that chunk, that script, and if you're using Service or Green Sky or Wells or Synchrony or somebody else, feel free to use that. It's freebie. And then last but not least, I'd say follow me over on the old YouTube. I put up I'm going really deep on educating owners right now on how money works. Because nobody's ever dug into, well, why are there dealer fees? Or how do I have margin integrity? Or how do I do this money thing? So I'm spending a lot of time writing a book on how the money comes from Wall Street and gets to Main Street and then goes back to Wall Street and all the integral parts of the financing world. So head on over to my YouTube. I'm doing lots of videos on that this year and breaking that whole education thing down.
Well, make sure you message me your YouTube link, and I'll add this when I share it.
Oh, it's just this. It's just.
Oh, okay. I meant to ask. So I'm glad you showed that. That was one of my things. How did you and the wifey come up with the name?
I did on mistake. So I built this company because I was like, it's a real kind of crazy story. I was hired to go be this national account manager at this big bank. And I had just left this other bank. And I had the offer, and it was Monday, and I was supposed to start, and I put my notice in properly. And then the attorney from the bank that was hiring me said, we can't hire you. I was like, why? It was like, because the company that you just left, you signed a 2-year non-compete. And they said, they'll sue us if you work here. And then the old company that I worked for called them and said, if you hire him, we're going to sue you too. So within 10 minutes, I had gotten 2 phone calls from the counsel of the bank said that we were going to hire you, that said, we can't hire you. So they rescinded the offer. I walked outside. I looked at my wife. I said, I don't have a job. I already quit the job, left, I quit.
Yeah.
I don't have a job. She goes, you better go figure it out. So to answer your question in an odd format, I ran over to the computer and I just sat there and looked at it. I said, finance, improve, home improvement, finance, Improvify, finance, improved. It's really awful. We all are just like Improvify, but it's like a weird word that I think it's like Google.
Yeah.
It works like Improvify. A lot of people say Improvify. Like, it gets so bastardized that it's probably a really good word because it's so.
I like it. I like,
weird.
even though I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw it, I pronounced it wrong.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. It's like one of those shticks. It's like you do it on purpose, so it sticks in someone's head. So when they do say it wrong, you get to correct them. I don't know, man. it is what it is. We were like, do we do a name change? We're like,
Oh,
yeah, man, we've got Finny the finance pup.
I love it. Don't change a thing.
We're the only bank that has Finny the finance pup. Like, come on. It's fun, man. It's a lot of personality.
Absolutely. Well, that's you rolled up into a nice little ball right there.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Well, hey, I really do appreciate it, Chris. I mean, I'm not going to lie, you have influenced me in a lot of my change from some of your honesty and our conversations through some of the trials and tribulations I was going through. So for you to be the first person I've ever done a podcast with, it wouldn't, I mean, I know I'm no big podcast guy, but
hold on. This is your first podcast? Dude, you're so good at this. I was like, I got to be number 101. This is your first podcast?
Yeah.
Bro, I am freaking honored. That is so awesome.
Well, I mean, you have, and I mean, seriously, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You changed a lot of my life and some of the honesty. A lot of people weren't honest. They were more hateful, in how to correct. I don't deal well with hate, and I went kind of in a shell, or I went reactive. But some of your words, like, hey, it's a bigger picture. Just, step back, put yourself in the contractor's shoes, understand, which that got me in trouble with the company that I was working at, to where I was told, stop talking to them, stay out of everything. And it got ugly. So I personally wanted you to be my first. I know that anybody take that wrong, but you did. You really did. And I've respected, mainly because I also know your story. Yeah. I mean, that story you just told about the 2 jobs, you messaged me when that all happened, because it was also the Blue Pages thing.
Yeah.
That was going through a debacle with all that.
Oh, God, they were forcing me to shut that down. I had to make a decision between $350,000 a year or starting with nothing. And I took that chance and went to nothing.
But, the way that you attacked the market, you've always been respectful and courageous, and because there is no reason to beat up the competition. I mean, I have nothing but respect for Tim Brown, Chris Yano, Rue at Scorpion, because they built something that I haven't. I'm a salesperson competing against giants in the industry, and I have nothing but respect for them. There's enough out there for everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And what I want to bring is more education, and you can either take it and share it with your agency.
It's such a better approach, isn't it? Like you sleep.
Oh my God.
You sleep well at night. You don't have people angry at you online and talking shit about you online. And when you go to a trade show, you don't feel like this.
You don't have to look over your shoulder. It's been a blessing. And I look forward truly, Chris, to seeing where you take this.
Yeah, me too. I'm right there. Bro, I'm right there with you.
So this is going to be a post, but it's also going to be a memory a year from now. And we'll do it again and see where you are then. Yep. See if you're out on the boat fishing and taking from the stat phone saying, I'm out in the middle of wherever.
I'll just be out here in the bayou, man. I don't have to go far. It's 100 yards away. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. I love you to death, and I'm always here if you ever need anything.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words as well.
Absolutely.